Greetings, fellow ukuleleans. Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new ukulele tutorial, like today, to talk about what makes certain songs so Christmassy. This is not a new subject. It's been done before. Vox Earworm, that's a series that Vox Magazine puts out on their webpage. They did an excellent series on a particular chord, and we're going to explore that chord, the Christmassy chord. And then David Bennett, he's a great British music theory teacher on YouTube, piano teacher too. He did one on that very chord, but he also talked a lot about how sleigh bells in songs tend to evoke Christmas, and that's true. The minute you hear sleigh bells in a recording, sounds like a Christmas tune. So that's not necessarily so. There are songs that have sleigh bells that have nothing to do with Christmas, but that's neither here nor there. I have this other theory too. I have my own original take on this, and I consider the chord progression in Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Jingle Bell Rock, and other similar songs to have very Christmassy chords too. And so I'll show you that first, and then I'll show you a couple of other little things. So in Jingle Bell Rock, of course, we have that great intro. And that we will talk about. I'll tab that out for you. I'll show it to you and everything, but let's get to the chords. When you have the verse of that song, that contains three very important chords. They're easy to play. One is a C chord, one is a C major 7 chord, one is a C6 chord, and that's it. So C is 0003, one of the first chords you ever learn on the ukulele. C major 7, it sounds fairly fancy, but it's actually easy to play. It's 0002. That's not even a problem, even though it's a jazzy, nice chord. And then C6 is the easiest chord in the world. It's all zeros, open strings. So that's a pretty Christmassy chord progression when you play that. Another way you can do that is just the C6 chord and the C major 7 chord, like Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Leaving out the C chord. So both Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Brenda Lee, and Jingle Bell Rock, Bobby Helms, they both have those kind of chords in them, extra Christmassy. Plus, that guitar lick at the beginning quotes Jingle Bells, a very Christmassy song. That's a quote right out of Jingle Bells, and so you can't go wrong with that. I'll show you that real quick. You slide up to the 8th fret on your E string at the same time that you're playing the 7th fret on your A string. That's a double stop. A little 2-note chord there. Then you slide up to both of those being on the 7th fret. Return to that 8 and 7 one again, but this time grab the 10th fret on your A string. Grab the 8th fret on your E, grab the 10th fret on your E, bend the 10th fret up a whole step for that bluesy sound, that guitar sound. Play the 10th fret normal, play the 8th fret normal, play the 9th fret on your C string, and play the 7th fret on your C string to give you. And then after that, I like to throw in this chord. It's called C6-9. It is 2-2-3-3. I believe that's the chord they played on the record. And then there's a little walk down. The bass does the walk down, but we can do that on uke. It goes G, F, E, D. It walks down the C major scale. So that was 3rd fret on the E string, 1st fret on the E string, open E string, and finally 2nd fret on your C string. That leads into the verse. So that makes the song very Christmassy, having that Jingle Bells quote. But also the very chord progression in the verse. So you've got that going on. And then there's this chord that they mentioned in the Vox Earworm video. I'll show you that real quick. It's called D minor 7 flat 5. A little bit hard for beginners, but those of you that have been doing bar chords for a while, this is not a problem. It is 1, 2, 1, 3. Really evocative chord, D minor 7 flat 5. And that's used in this context, for instance, in White Christmas. If you look at that top about the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, that part of the song, you've got treetops glisten and children listen. That bit in the song. To hear sleigh bells in the snow. That's where that chord comes in. And there are many Christmas songs that do that. White Christmas does it. Also, that kind of contemporary one, that Mariah Carey thing, All I Want for Christmas Is You, which is kind of a standard Christmas song now. You can't go shopping anywhere without hearing that song. And that also has that chord in it. And that song is kind of derived also from Phil Spector's Christmas album. He had that album with the Ronettes and other groups doing Christmas songs. And her song is kind of a direct tribute to that. It contains a lot of the elements that Phil Spector's music did. So throughout the decades, we had these things that made songs sound Christmassy. And some of them are obvious, like sleigh bells. And others maybe aren't so obvious, like the D minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, ukulele people, hope you enjoyed that. I will leave song sheets, links to song sheets below so you can access all of these songs. And you'll see chord diagrams and little tips on how to play them and lyrics and all of that. I will tab out for you that Bobby Helms, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, or Jingle Bell Rock, excuse me. I always confuse those two songs. Jingle Bell Rock, that guitar intro, I'll show you that. I'll tab that out for you so you can see it. And also I'll link to those YouTube videos. I'll link to David Bennett's and I'll link to Vox Earworm just for the fun of it so you can see all that stuff for yourself. All right, ukulele people, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click that notify bell, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.